All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and consensus and should act towards each other in the spirit of brotherhood. United Nations Charter 1945. To which I ask, have we justified this statement? Has the inherent right and equality for all members of the human family are being delivered? Or are they just fancy words? Assalamu alaikum, good morning and good afternoon, respected members of jury, esteemed guests, and viewers all over the world. In the past 73 years, the world has progressed and evolved. The biggest challenge for an ordinary global citizen like myself is probably regarding an Instagram post. But there are people who don't know whether they'll see the next morning. People whose biggest challenge is survival and biggest dream is to live in a free land. People none other than that from the valley of Jammu and Kashmir who have been suffering from the last 7 decades. October 27, 1947 was the day when Indian military claimed an illegal annexation on Muslim majority states of Jammu and Kashmir. Since then, Kashmiris have seen nothing but false promises for a free land by Indian government. Time and again, Indian leaders have deliberately ignored Pakistan's demand to resolve Kashmir issue on the basis of UN resolutions. Human rights in Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir simply don't exist. People of the valley were always denied from their rights in one way or the other. But the contemporary situation has crossed all limits. In the past, the world has seen laws such as Armed Forces Special Power Act 1990, whose Article 7 provides full immunity to armed personnel against any trial without the permission of Indian government, or Public Safety Act 1978, that authorizes detention without any charge or warrant up to 2 years. All are made in the name of restoring peace in the valley. Peace, one of its kind, where hundreds and thousands of men have been arrested and not a single trial has been conducted against the military personnel. Clearly, the largest democracy of the world is far too wrong on the definition of peace. Coming back to human rights. Murders and rapes are a common crime in Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Rapes have always been used as a weapon of war by Indian military. There are authentic reports that almost 100,000 innocent Kashmiri men have been killed by Indian security forces. And the number of women raped and gang raped stands up to 11,170. And 22,913 women were widowed. On the 52nd United Nations Commission on Human Rights, Professor William Baker gave a testimony that rapes in Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir are not only isolated incidents involving indisciplined soldiers. Rather, Indian security forces were actively using rape against the Kashmiri population as a tool to humiliate and torture. Just imagine soldiers breaking into your house, stripping your woman, killing your father, and arresting your son. Yes, I know. That's really difficult to imagine. But believe me, almost every Kashmiri household has been through this torture. And to add to the misery, pellet guns are being openly used. Post 2016, 139 Kashmiris got completely blind, while 2,500 injured due to pellet gun shots by none other than Indian security forces. And the numbers are increasing with every passing day. Women and children, including 20-month-old Hiba, are a victim of pellet gun shots, all in the name of controlling violent protesters. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment and enjoy the feeling of stepping out of our homes after the lockdown. I want you all to be grateful for having the freedom to do whatever we want, wherever we want, and whenever we want. Because Kashmiris are deprived from such liberties. They are deprived from the taste of freedom. They, from the last 1 year, are under a military siege in their own homes. After August 5th, 2019, when fascist Modi administration bilaterally eliminated Article 370 and 35A, the situation in the valley of Jammu and Kashmir has become worse than ever. People are locked in their homes. In this highest militarized zone on earth, they don't even have internet facilities. People cannot get a hold on medical facilities and are forced to stay in their homes. They cannot even turn on their lights, and any act of disobedience leads to arrest of a male family member who can never be traced later. People have lost their jobs, and the local businessmen cannot make an earning, all because they are restricted to their homes. Even in economic terms, the Kashmiris are barely surviving. Hundreds of men, including Kashmiri political leaders, were arrested in a single day. A total of 900,000 military personnel are laying siege on 8 million innocent Kashmiris. Women raped, children orphaned, and what not. All this misery just because of their faith, just because they are Muslims. Mr. Modi lifelong RSS membership is the reason we see India's journey from the largest secular state to a fascist regime that is determined to convert India into Hindustan, that literally means land of the Hindus. Abrogation of Article 370 and 35A is not only just an unlawful act, but it takes away the special status of Kashmir, the only resort of hope given by none other than the United Nations itself. The RSS-led fascist India is not only ethnically cleansing Muslims from the valley, but it is also going against 11 United Nations resolutions. The world needs to wake up. It needs to act before we have another Hitler. It needs to set aside its economic interest and should stand up for humanity. Pakistan has not and will not tolerate this brutality against its Kashmiri brothers, and will take any measure possible. In the end, we all must remember that absolute peace in the world can never be achieved if a part of it is burning. As Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Thank you.